All right, let's dive into part 2 of Justin Fields. So we've seen some ups and downs. We've seen some good and some bad, and then we're going to continue through this tape, and the same stuff is going to apply. It's one of the reasons why I like looking at a full game tape, because oftentimes it starts to tell you about who a quarterback is, at least at that stage in their career. So I like to pick a lot of games that are more towards the end of last year to see kind of more of the finished product for them. But you start seeing themes that show up to say, okay, this is what this quarterback is. This is what he does well. This is what he needs to work on. And as we get here into part 2 and finish this game tape, you're going to see some of the same sort of things that Justin Fields does well, and things that he's got to make improvements on. All right, picking up here in part 2 with Justin Fields. Okay, a couple different things to look at here. So first of all, just knowing Buffalo. Okay, Buffalo likes to play what we call kind of a catch 4 or a catch 2, where these two defenders are reading the release of this guy right here. If this guy goes to the flat, the corner is going to jump it, and then the safety is going to take the next receiver to the inside. So you got to know this because Buffalo likes to do this. So you watch. He goes to the flat. What happens? Corner jumps it. When that corner jumps it, it leaves this guy in the window, makes this a tough play back to the inside. That's what Buffalo does. So I want to know that. I want to see him get better at recognizing that stuff, seeing that stuff on film. Okay, but even with that, okay, see that linebacker. You go to this side, try to wrap this around him right there. You got a shot right there to make the throw. Instead, leads to a sack. Okay? With that being said, understanding what they like to do on the backside against this concept. Okay? Do I have a concept front side that I like? We're going to go here. We're going to hold off the corner, and we're going to run the swing. Oftentimes, we can get an isolation off this outside guy. He goes flying to the flat, hit the hook right behind it. He stays tucked inside, hit the swing. There it is right there. There's the throw right there. Understanding the defensive coverage, understanding what they like to do. Probably should have gone up top, and these are the areas where Justin Fields got to just get a little bit better of recognizing and understanding what he's going to see defensively and how to counter it with what they're doing offensively. Okay, so we come back and it's basically the same play. Here, hook, flat. Doing it a different way, but same basic play. Read that defender. What does that defender do? Stays tucked inside a little bit, so we throw it out to the flat. Again, watch the ball. Ball turns his receiver back to the inside, making it easier for the linebacker to catch up once again, but I like the decision. I like what he's seeing. Now, this time, it's a little different concept. It's that double slant combination over here. So it's different than what we saw last week. He's got one defender inside, so he could stay to this side if he wanted to, but a lot could have been dependent on this Mike backer. This Mike backer overshifts there. I come back to my double slants. This Mike backer stays or shades this direction. Now I read up top. Okay, so I'm okay with this either way. Got that outside slant if he wants to go there. Good read off of that outside linebacker. Just a little more accurate throw, and you're going to see this a lot, right? Plants that back foot. His front foot goes this direction. Okay, so now his power's taking him to the sideline. His arm has to take him this direction. That's what causes missed throws. Again, just clean up in the technique in little areas because some of the decision making has been really, really good. Okay. All right, just a pure progression here. Oh. Going here. Shallow coming. They're running a corner and they're running a flat. So it's 1, 2, 3, work across the field. Okay, so he comes out to his flat, got it, all right? And we talked about the personnel a little bit. Got to be a catch. That's a first down right there. Good throw, good quick decision, back foot. Now again, you see it, right? Foot steps this way as he throws it back inside, but nonetheless, these guys are talented. They can make throws. That's a good throw. Got to be a catch right there and a first down. Good decision. Once again, good throw there. Was let down a little bit as we saw a number of times last year with the personnel. Okay, this is something that we also know Justin Fields can do. Hard play action. Okay, going to go here. They're going to go with the deep post up over the top. Now what I want them to see is, want to see what's going on backside, right? You know the post is coming, so I want to see what's going on backside to see if I have it. If those guys go flying out of there, let's recover to whatever's coming underneath. Okay, so see back here now, this guy jumps. Okay, good. This corner comes flying back, so it can be dangerous, but a really good throw up over the top, gets the completion. Now again, you see it's dangerous. Okay, just understanding, what am I looking at? I don't need to see the front side quite as early as I need to see the backside. So again, I'm going to come back. I'm going to see and feel what these guys are doing, okay, especially if this guy's squatting, see if this guy's taking off, okay. Once I've verified what's going on the backside, then I'll get my eyes over here and see if this guy's jumping down or this guy's running back, and I'll plan accordingly, especially in this particular case because they're going to hit this and actually bring him back here. So if they're going to bring him back here, I want to see this corner. Okay, this corner stays down. Take your post over the top of everybody. This guy gets out, then recover back to your deep return to that side. Would have liked to seen him do that right here, but he completes this. Big time throw up over the top on the money to his guy. Just a bit dangerous. Just got to know where your eyes need to be on the different plays. And again, these are areas where I expect him to grow. We saw him get better throughout last year, and there's still room for improvement. Okay? Got a little wrap concept. Hook, wrapping this in. Want to see this guy. This guy turns and opens the other direction. Now we simply have a high-low off of this defender right here. A lot of this comes down to who am I trying to throw it to? For me, I'm trying to throw this wrap. So I'm going to hang on my back foot a little bit longer to see if I can get the wrap and allow this guy to have to cover a little bit more. Now again, I'm never going to be mad at somebody just getting the ball out of his hands, but you see right here, he kind of squats his feet. I think he's got the big one coming, or at least he can force this guy to move away from it so it doesn't become quite as tight of a throw. Again, not going to argue. Finds it, sticks it on him, gets 5 yards right there. Just like to see the patience a little bit more. Hang in there, take a quick hitch. You see how he loads up on his back foot, sticks it and throws it. This is usually a hitch play. So as he loads up and then hitches, it forces this guy to have to make a decision. Gives me a little more, about a half another second to be able to get that read and possibly get the big play down the field. Okay, so again, just overall understanding. Got that same play again. We've got the slant and the flat. Different coverage now. Not the quarters coverage we saw. Now it's more of a one high safety to that side, one defender underneath. Read that defender right there, okay? That defender goes flying out to the flat. Hit the slant behind it. There he goes. There's your throw. There's your throw right behind that defender. Instead of just picking a guy and throwing it, reading these coverages out, understanding what I'm seeing, boom, there's the throw right there. If you want to go up top, I got no problem with that. Okay, we got triple slant, which is a good play against this. Now let's read that out. Okay, very seldom do we have the inside one. This guy's sitting here. Be ready to throw number 2. And then if this guy drives it, we get all the way outside. So if he goes back to the other side, boom, there's the throw to me right there. Knowing and anticipating that ahead of time. Then if you don't like it, here comes number 3. Got both of them to the front side. Just the ability to understand what he's doing. What happened here, in my opinion, is his eyes start this direction. Let's go to the end zone copy. Okay, so let's watch his eyes. Okay, where are his eyes? Eyes go here. Okay, no problem. Your eyes go there. I would just like you to stay there. If you start to that direction, you've got a good play against that, just stay there. What happens is his eyes go there, and he stays there too long. So now when he turns back, you see it. He's not reading anything back here because his eyes were front side too long, didn't get a chance to verify this, so he just turns to the backside, throws it, and ends up being the wrong decision. Okay, so another one here, basically what we call a double seam combination. Okay, we got stop routes on the outside. Okay, so on this particular play, what we're looking for is we're really looking to see rotation. So the first thing is we rotate this safety over the top. This guy's kind of playing high, and notice corner off down here. Okay, corner off down there. So this guy's running stop. What we really like to do is in a situation like this where we don't feel we have a definitive 2-on-1 type situation, okay, now maybe you say to yourself, this guy's gotten wide. Maybe that's the throw to the front side and be ready for it. I'd like to see this guy convert so we can get that 2-on-1 off of that safety. But it's either there right now, just seeing the structure, knowing the width, knowing where the Mike linebacker is, that's your throw to the front side, or come back and get your 1-on-1 right now. Make the game simple right now. Get back there. There it is. Take your 1-on-1 to the backside. Again, looks to me here like he's a little bit uncomfortable because he's not ready to throw it. That's what I'm looking at. Watch him bounce. Bounce. You got to be ready to throw, ready to rip that, or you got to be ready to rip that. Back here, a little uncomfortable with what he's seeing, what he wants to do. A little too much of this last year, even though he made a lot of plays with his legs, but too much kind of coming back going, I don't know. Let me just buy some time. Then let me run around and make a play. That works to a degree, but it's hard to be successful week in and week out doing that, right? This is what happens. We start running around trying to make a play, ends up forcing something, should have been intercepted. They get away with one there, but I just want to see him more confident and more comfortable in the pocket to know what he's looking at, get back, get set, rip it, or if you don't have it at that point, take off, be definitive with your understanding in the pass game, and then also when you take off and run. All right, so we see some good things from Justin Fields, but we also know that he's got a ways to go in terms of just overall understanding in the passing game, understanding defensively, quicker decisions, getting his eyes to the right spot. And again, it's what we see from a lot of quarterbacks. A lot of quarterbacks that they're growing, they're trying to figure these things out, and they're a little bit too slow in the early stages of their career. Now, he made up for a lot of it because he made a lot of plays with his legs. But as I said, no matter how talented you are, it's hard to live in that world. You got to make the layups. You got to know what you're looking at. You got to get the ball out of your hands. And then I want to see him clean up the technique to give his guys better opportunities to run after catch with accurate throw. So some really good stuff on the tape, some things he has to improve on, get some players around him. Maybe get him more comfortable in the pocket. Maybe he was panicking a little bit and uncomfortable back there because of the offensive line. Quite possible. Always say, you got to trust those guys to do their job even when they don't give you a reason to trust them. That's how you have to play quarterbacks. You got to believe they're going to block their guys so I can stay focused on what I need to do down the field. So some growth to be made. We saw growth throughout the course of last year, got better and better and better. I want to see that growth continue this year with Justin Fields.